Hello and welcome to another video here in the Learn Sanskrit series, and today we're going to do lesson 15, and we're going to talk about plural forms of asti. And as usual nowadays here we have divided the lesson into several videos, so this is just one part of lesson 15. Then also we have separate videos for lesson 15 focused on different aspects: translation Sanskrit to English and English to Sanskrit, and today's and in lesson 15 for the first time I think we will do some Sanskrit sentence modifications instead of translating all the way back to English. Okay, so let's start with the first sheet here, and we're talking about verbs today, or just one verb, and it's the plural. Well, let's just write it up here: plural forms of asti. And asti is well, it is, or it has the root as, as you may very well may know already before, but I'm just writing it up here. And before we start with the plural forms, I thought we could just start refreshing the let's call these the singular forms here. Let's do the singular forms first. We have asmi, which is asmi, I am. And we have, so this is, let's put it here like that, and then we can do a 2, and then we do an asi, you are, and then we do the last one, which is asti itself, so to speak. Asti, right. He is. Oh, I should write that first, just to make it nicer. But of course it can also mean she is, or it is, or there is sometimes, as we already have seen. So this is the second one, and we have the third one here. Right, so let's do the dual forms also as a refresher, because we've had these in one of the previous lessons, but we'll still make them a little more current in our heads. Swaha. Oh no, I should have centered it more. It must be done reasonably nice also. It's not just scribbling anything, but we have to make it nice. Okay, so we have swaha, and that is we to are, and then we have our, let's see, where should begin there, stha, you two are, you, well, now I do it again. I should transliterate. Sorry about that. I'm too eager to translate it, and that's stha. And we have you two are, yes, you two are, you two are, and then we have the just a regular dental T here, stha, without the H in between. Okay, and we transliterate stha, and they two are. All right, and we do our new column today, then, sort of completing the whole thing here now, with the plural form. Plural. So the new forms then are smaḥ, so as in our regular other verbs, we have a V in the dual, the, but we have a ma in the plural. So bhavavaha and bhavamaha. So similarly, swaha and smaḥ. Okay, so we all are something. Okay, and then we have a stha without visarga here, stha. So that's the difference between the dual and the plural. There's visarga in the dual form at the end there, but there's not any visarga in the plural. So you all are, right? And then we have the last one, which is a little different. Actually going to santi, but it retains, of course, the well, not of course, but it retains the nti ending that we already is familiar with, or we are already familiar with, from bhavanti, for instance, or pashyanti, or any other of these verbs that we have covered so far. So they all are. Alright, so that's pretty good. Smaḥ, we all are. Stha, you all are. And santi, they all are. More beautiful here. Okay. Alright, so let's go to the next sheet here. So now what we can do, we can talk about our pronouns, which we already have introduced these in the previous lesson, but so this is just repetition. But for those of you who haven't seen that lesson, it might do some good. And this is necessary also in the exercise, in the first exercises for the lesson specific exercises, not the accumulated exercises, but even in the lesson specific. So you might want to take note here. Alright, so what I'm doing here is that I'm now combining the pronouns. So I'm just writing this up here as a reminder. We all, vayam, and it's this we have to learn to automatically associate these words with each other, so that if we hear one, or if we see one of them in a text, or you hear them, if you hear smaḥ, then you should, just by reflex, you should think vayam. So that's the idea. So vayam, smaḥ, and maybe too many lines there, but yes. Yūyam, stha, so you all, are. And then te, santi. I should do that also there to indicate that there should be a. So the idea is also that here comes something else also. So typically when we are using the verb here as a copula, then so the idea here is that we are it works like approximately like this: x equals y, and the copula is this one here. So it's a sort of assignment. We are assigning something to something else, and this is the subject of the sentence. And this is the, you can call this a different, well, you can, what I'm doing is I'm saying complement now. Subject complement. And so in a sentence then what I'm indicating is that X the copula here, which is the verb. So X is vayam, for instance, okay, and then you have Y here, whatever that is, whatever that noun is. Maybe we all are teachers or something, whatever, teachers, and then some form of asti, now in this case smaḥ. So then we just have to look at both of these, so to speak. Well, but we have to get the same ending, or the same in the same nominative form, and we have the same number. So we have to do this corresponding, so everything sort of fits together in a syntax, and the form sort of merges. Right, so okay, so we have te, santi down here then. So this is the subject then. If we subject, and this is the copula, santi, and then we have the complement here. And te here is, of course, a it's the they all am. It's the masculine pronoun that fits with santi, right? But we have more possibilities. We could do the feminine one, stha, if we add, but then we have to have feminine complement also, or if you can call it the noun predicate, I can call it, I'll write, whoops, or noun predicate, you can call it that, or substantive predicate. But whatever you call it, it goes where the dots are here. So stha, do, santi, and so that's they all, F, feminine, and then you could have tani also here, tani, they all, neuter, tani, dot. So all this can be paired together with santi. But those forms we haven't, the feminine forms and the neuter forms of nouns we haven't covered yet in this course, so we will get back to those later. But the most important thing for us now to focus on is the vayam and yūyam and te. So we get those under control in this lesson. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see, I had some, oh yeah, okay, we can do some example sentences. with this to illustrate the whole thing here. So I'll get another sheet here and we'll talk about, well, we can just say pronoun examples here. Pronoun plus noun examples, because that's what it is. Okay, so let's, how many lines? Okay, I'll do a short variant here just to be, I'll just do it only in transliteration here. So vayam chauraha smaḥ. So we all the thieves, or just thieves, of course, the thieves, we all are, right? So we all of us here are thieves. Yūyam chauraha smaḥ. And end of sentence. So then vayam here is the subject, chauraha is the complement or the noun predicate, and smaḥ is the verb. Subject, subject complement verb, or subject noun predicate verb. And that's the order when we have the verb featuring in the sentence. Okay, so number 2 then. Yūyam krishakaha. Oh no, it's not krishakaha, it's a long ah here at the end, which is plural, because we're using plural pronouns and plural verbs, so our noun must also be plural. Stha. Okay, so you all the farmers, and stha, you all are. So y'all, if we do a Tennessee or Atlanta, Georgia thing, you say y'all are farmers, or something like that. Alright, so number 3. Te chagaha santi. Should have our ending there properly done. Te chagaha santi. And we have a te here, and which te is it, we don't know, but if we look at santi, we can see it's plural, and since we know it's plural, it must be the masculine plural version of te, because we have the dual, we have two te pronouns in the dual also, so we have to figure out. And also here we have the complement here, chagaha, is plural also, since we have a long a here at just before the visarga, so we know this is also plural. So the te here in this context here with a copula, these are corresponding, so it must be they all masculine. Okay, they all am, and here we have the goats, the many goats, not just two goats, but the many goats, and they all are santi, they all are. Okay, so they all are goats. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is that, well, maybe I could start a little further down here, and let's do it like this. Like that. And what I'm doing here now, here in the left column here, what we just did here is where we have smaḥ and stha and santi. So these are regular, well, maybe we shouldn't call them regular verb sentences, but at least they are verb sentences having an explicit verb. But what I'm going to do now is on the right here, I'm going to write another sentence here, like this: vayam choraha. Stop. And then I'm going to do another column here, and so here, so what I'm doing here now is that I'm converting, or I'm transforming, I'm morphing my verb sentence. So we can perhaps write this as a verb sentence here, this column there, and then I can write this as here is a nominal sentence here, but actually I'll sentence, okay, I'll actually write it up here because it's nominal sentences. Do something like that. And so vayam chauraha. So what we do here, so we call this then a nominal sentence, and this is has the same meaning as the verb sentence, but it's just that we don't express the verb, which makes it a nominal, because it's a noun. Nomen, it's a noun, only of nouns and pronouns in this, of course, but it's a noun in a wider sense. So we could have so a nominal sentence is one where there is no verb. That's a simple, because here can be all kinds of things. There can be substantives and proper nouns and adjectives, and so at least as complements. And well, it's a complicated. I'll give more examples as the course proceeds, and but anyway, we're talking about nominal sentences, and we are now just doing the same thing down here. Yūyam krisha gaha, like that. End of sentence. And then we have te chag aha, like that. Visarga, this should be visarga. Okay, this is sloppy. Okay, that's better. Okay, now what I'm doing in the last column here is I am well, let me do this first. I'll call this syntax A here, and this is consistent with what we already have talked about in lesson 11 and onwards. Syntax B. So in syntax A of a nominal sentence, we're just keeping the word order with the subject first. But now in syntax B, I should do this here also, maybe, so these are little headers, syntax A and syntax B. Okay, something like that. So now we are chauraha vayam, and we have gaha yūyam, and we have cha gaha te. So here then, in the first table in the middle table here, we have all the subjects to the left and the complements to the right, the noun predicates to the right, but here in the syntax B we have flipped the order, so we have the subjects there instead. And so these are the three possibilities to say the same thing, and so I think it's instructional to develop a sort of a feeling for this syntax, and for identifying what type of words are in the sentence. Is this a pronoun, or is it something else? Is this a noun, or is it something else? Is it a is it an adverb or is it an adjective, and how etc. So in the future we will talk about that. Okay, so I think that rounds up the preparations now. I think this will be the last, unless I produce another video with sort of extra stuff. This is the last part of the lecture videos for lesson 15. So now we are going to do some exercises in the next one. Alright, so I hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you in the next video. And you have a good day, and see you later. Bye bye.